Yo, what's going on? Luigi once again. Thanks for tuning in to the videos, guys. Today, as you can see, we got the carbon fiber hood on. But if you saw my last video, you would know that the hood wasn't closing properly. So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be installing these aerocatch hood pins that I got from Summit Racing, or really anywhere online if you just look them up. Basically what this will do is will just help me with my issue with the carbon fiber hood not being securely latched on. As you could tell, it's fucking ridiculous right now. So, and it's actually in the latch right now. So if you saw my last video, you knew I was having that problem as soon as I finished installing it. So what we're going to be doing today is just installing this. When this is basically all the stuff we're going to need, as far as I know. A Dremel, just a little, basic Dremel kit. Drill, a step drill set. Really just any one of these will work. Any one of these small ones here, or the step drills. I'm gonna be using this step because I've looked into it and it turns out to be way easier to do it that way. Once I get that all out, I'll show you guys. Obviously the catch pins, and I got this plastic here because once we start drilling and cutting holes in this hood, as ugly as that may sound, it's gonna get even uglier with all the dust and stuff. So I'm gonna wrap some plastic around the bottom of the hood, and then probably some on the back, just so I prevent it from getting dusty. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick, and then get the process started. Guys, you may think I'm going a little bit overboard with the plastic, but I've seen some videos after this process, it gets pretty dusty, and I have a bunch of this plastic laying around, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. Typically you could just put like a sort of a towel or a big drop cloth over this area, you'll be fine. But I have the plastic, so I'm gonna put it on there. Alright guys, so I didn't even show you how this looks, but if you're watching this, you probably already know how this looks like. These are basically it. These two pins will basically go on each side of the hood, and then screw these on to the existing holes or any available holes in there, and then you can decide to place this however you want, and whether it's like this or like this, falls into it, latches on. You'll be able to see as I'm installing it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. This is all the hardware that comes with the little aero latch kit. Just these two pins, the top pieces, 4 washers, 4 nuts, a bunch of screws for the little holes to retain them down, and that's it. Right now I'm gonna be looking to see which one of these existing holes I'm gonna use for this pin. I'm thinking maybe this one. Nah, that won't fit in there. Yeah, it's probably gonna have to be this one. This one on both sides. Yep. I think that's gonna have to be it. That's the candidate right now. So we're gonna put those on real quick. We're gonna fix them on there, and then line up the bottom of the hood to see exactly where they go, and we're gonna get our hole started. Guys, I forgot to mention when you put these in, basically there's gonna be a washer and a lock nut on the top, and then you got the vibration shock rubber and washer and nut at the bottom. So this space in between is basically it's gonna be this metal piece here. So when this is being installed, this portion is gonna fall under the car, and then this on top, like this. So I'm about to do that now. Get it, tighten it up, close the hood, and mark it where it hits, and that's where we're gonna start drilling. Damn guys, so we already hit a little problem here. The pins that come with this little kit are a little too long, so shine his light in there. So as you can see, maybe that pin sits way too far down. So what I'm gonna do on both sides, actually, I didn't realize that. Sits too far down on both sides. But so I'm gonna have to cut off like at least ½ an inch off of those real quick before we keep on going. Alright guys, so I got the pins in. Just gonna use some after this step, all you really gotta do is just put anything that you can get on top of these pins that can mark a spot on top of the hood. In this case, I'm just gonna use some toothpaste. Just put a little dab on the top, close the hood, let it mark, and then drill the hole. Alright guys, so there we go. The toothpaste marked its spot. We're gonna be drilling right here. And another hole right over here. After this, there's really no going back. So hopefully I make this right, man. It's gonna land right here. Yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty sure everything's gonna turn out good, guys. So I'm gonna drill these holes and then check back in. Oh, but before drilling those holes, you're gonna want to put some tape on the top part of the hood, so you can trace out the top part of the latch. So I'm gonna put this hood back down, put some tape, and then start drilling. All right, so I've made the holes. All right, guys, so I've drilled the holes in. Now I'm gonna. So the first step I did, I used one of these regular bits to start the hole. And I'm gonna continue it with the step bit here. Probably just about halfway. Go up to about let's see, about 5/8 or so, and then start cutting with the Dremel. Yes. No going back. So, and I'm gonna hit it from the top. Don't forget to wear your mask so you're not breathing all this damn debris. It's one of the things I forgot to mention. You will need a mask. So right now I'm basically just doing height adjustment, raising up the height in order to get it to pass. Once that's done, we can trace the top piece of it and start cutting a hole for it. Alright guys, so now that I kind of got the pins poking up a little bit, I'm gonna trace the top portion of the latch. And to do that, alright, to do that, this is a latch. I'm gonna use the bottom portion of it, which is this piece here. It's kind of hard to do in one hand. Okay. Okay. The bottom piece. Because this latch, this pin is going to be sitting under the hood anyway, so I'm going to raise it back down. I just needed to raise it up in order to see exactly where to trace this at. I'm going to pop this open and see exactly where the pin would fall, which would basically have to be right there. Fall right there, so when you close this, it'll go right into it. So in order to do the trace for that, I'm gonna use this back piece, line it up exactly how this would go, and then trace the inside part of this around there, and then we're gonna cut that open. So you're gonna do that on both sides, measure up exactly where the pin would fall. So if the pin is kind of so if the pin is kind of slanted, you're obviously gonna have to slant the top portion too. You're not gonna do it this way when it should be like this. So line that up and then use this back piece to trace your line to cut the hole. Alright guys, outline is traced up. Now we're gonna get to cutting. We're gonna cut both of these up so then we can slide those top pieces in and do a test fit, see if it latches on snug, and then do some height adjustments as we go on. Alright guys, so finally got the holes cut open in the hood. That took a little longer than I expected because I was being really careful. You know, you really don't want to mess up in these kinds of projects, especially when you're dealing with a carbon fiber hood. So this is, let me close the hood real quick actually. This is how it looks from the top. It is a scary view. It's got holes on both sides, but right now I'm in the process of finishing up one side, this right side here. So like I said earlier in the video, we traced this hole basically to the back of this, and I ended up shaving little by little, you know, wider and wider, just so I can get this piece to perfectly fit into the gap that's on the top portion, which is this piece right here. So as you can see, finally got that squared away. Obviously I used the Dremel. It was a lot of oh, that's a lot of light. It was a lot of shaving and cutting. These are the main Dremels I use. These two Dremels here, or these two pieces. You know, this left one to cut, and then the one on the right to shave. So that's basically what was done here on the top. Now on the underside of the hood, we have to make the hole bigger than this top side. So this piece here can go on the underside and tighten up to the top side. So let me open the hood real quick and show you guys that. Alright, let me see. So there you can kind of, actually I have to shave a little bit more in that top right area, but you get the idea guys. The top part has to be just right, but the bottom portion has to be bigger than the top of the hood. Also being careful, you know, so you don't go through it and then, you know, damage the hood on the other side. But that's that. Like I said, I'm doing a test fit on the right side right now, and it's actually pretty good. Just give you guys a little sneak peek here. So that sits like that. We are going to put this right on top here. So that's gonna sit like that. And I actually need a little bit more pressure on this hood, because the way it sits right now, it's still not flush. So you need a little bit, I would say like 1/4 of an inch of pressure. So once I push it with my hand, it falls perfectly in place with the little pin right here, and I can close it no problem. So now that I got that lined up, I'm gonna go ahead and drill these holes, these 3 holes. These are already open because I actually had to widen out the hole so much that these are already exposed. So be sure to make that perfect outline so you have room to play with if you have to shave off some certain sides, because you will have to shave and test fit, shave and test fit. Gonna finish up this right side and do the same thing with the left side, and then show you guys the final product. Alright guys, I got the holes drilled out on the edges. What I'm gonna do before I set this up is I'm gonna put tape over these nuts here so they don't fall off when I flip it upside down to put them in, because it is gonna get a little tricky right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put some tape and then pop that one in over there. Hope for the best. Man guys, one thing I just noticed is that the aerocatch kit does not come with any Allen keys for these bolts here. So I'm about to have to go look around for some of those, because it definitely did not come with those, man. Bye. Alright, finally finished threading those damn little screws in there. Let's see how it closes. Now to this next one and sleep. So one thing I did notice though is this thing is extremely flat. So wherever you put it, it'd be more ideal to do it on a flat part of the hood, which is almost impossible with these hoods, but there's really nothing else I can do at this point. I mean, that was the best spot I could do, so I'm just gonna take it. Alright, do the other side and call it a day. So one thing I forgot to mention for this right side here is I did have to trim or shave, I guess I should say, this hole here where the pin falls through. I had to shave it off to the right side in order to get that to fit properly, because the way it's angled. So I'm probably gonna have to do the same exact thing on this. I'm gonna shave this side here, because when I plug this in, as you can see, there's like it's definitely not aligned. So what I'm gonna do, shave that left side, turn this a little bit like that, and trim and adjust, trim and adjust. This is basically all patience here, guys, and we'll get it right. And I have to shave this too in order to get some more wiggle room, you know. Right. All right, so here we go. Everything is all set. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, that shit was pretty, I wouldn't say tough, but tedious, man. This shit, just to line it up perfectly. And actually, it's not even 100% perfect. You still have a little bit of rub in there, but I don't mind at all, because once it's all latched in, it's super fixed and tight. So I'm fine with it, honestly. And I made a mess everywhere, man. Look at all the dust from all from all the shaving. I should have just covered the whole car, honestly, man. Look at that. Oh well, it's time for a wash tomorrow. Just to review back again what I used: the Dremel, this Dremel sander thing, this to cut, and yeah, basically you just need more patience than anything when it comes to this. But you know, let me get this all cleaned up and show you guys one last shot. Alright guys, so there you have it, all done. Everything looks good except for the dust. Gotta clean up the dust. It's freaking dusty everywhere. But pretty damn satisfied, yo. Like, I'm trying really hard to make it like rattle, but nothing. So I guess one thing to let you guys know that I did end up noticing, and it may be the way I set it up, is that it's so tight that I have to individually unlatch each one of them, which I don't mind at all because it's really a super tight fit. You know, sometimes I'll be going to Mexico, so you know, the tighter the better. Just push this, latch pops open, good to go. And this third latch that I may end up removing the stock latch because it's just now too many damn latches. So there we got the pin there, another one here, and we Gucci. Falls right in. All I need is a little pressure for it to, you know, get nice and snug, like a little push, and push it shut. As you guys can see here, they have a little lip right there, so that little click just reassures you that it's nice and locked. Get in there, push it through. Once you get it here, you get one more push. Good to go. Good to go. Haven't driven this car in a while because of the same reason here. Hood was flapping everywhere, so I was like, yo, I'm not about to lose my brand new hood. So give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this or still sticking around, and if you guys want to stay tuned for the next video. We're finally going to be installing the motor mounts, so stay tuned for that. Other things to come, guys. See you next time.